Hey, this is Ellie from Letter and Journal, and we're about to start the month of March, and I wanted to go through and show you what I've journaled throughout February and just a simple setup for March. And there were a lot of things I learned throughout the month, but there are three main things I learned in my journaling that I'll be sharing with you at the end. First of all, I'll point out this is a quick little project I did this month. It's a little pen case, and I've got just 2 pens in here. If you're interested in learning how I did this, I'll try to make a video where I show how to sew this, and it's just on elastic. It's a very simple thing, but it's been great for helping me keep my pens with the journal. Here we've got February. I can always tell where the months are because I put a little bit of tape throughout it. My journal isn't super decorated, but I do like to have that quick reference point. In February, I kept things really simple, and one of the things I talked about in a previous video was how I did away with a habit tracker, but I used this one column right here to track one routine I do, which is my Miracle Morning routine. So going through, it's pretty simple. I've just got daily spreads, weekly spreads, and weekly reviews for the most part. Here's a weekly review, a weekly spread, and some dailies, some book notes. And I made a change from the previous weekly in I squished this all together and added in an exercise and food log here. When I'm setting up a weekly spread, I always go back and make sure that I either forward the task or move it back into the future log, so I can really remember to keep track of the important projects that I want to be done. And as I'm setting up a daily spread, I'll refer back to this list of projects here to see what I can tackle in that day. And something I started doing this month, much better than I have in other months, is setting up the night before. I've learned that it really helps me go to sleep in a more peaceful way, and it helps me to wake up and know exactly what's going on. And another thing I started doing is numbering my tasks. After I've written them out, I'll number them and in the order of importance, as well as the order of how I plan to do it. And then when I wake up the next day, I try to follow through with doing that. Sometimes it doesn't work. As you can see, I forwarded my number 2 task, but it's really good for helping me know what the next step is so I don't get stagnated in my work that I do. I've set up for March already, but really it's just these 2 pages, and I don't do a lot of extra tracking. I like to keep it real simple, but I did add in something I've done in the past, which is write down one line of something I did that day, which I enjoy having that record to go back on. So, to review, 3 things I learned this month in my journaling is how important it is to set up the tasks the night before. It's been a great practice, and I hope to continue to do that in a disciplined way. The second thing is to choose the 6 main tasks and attempt to do them in that order. And the third thing is a journaling practice that I did this week. I was considering a new project, and I wanted to think through the positives and negatives if I were to follow through with that project. This particular project was a vlog that I thought of doing for my triathlon training, which I'm starting this Sunday. And so I wrote out, why should I? Why shouldn't I? And I really grappled with those questions and then some other ideas related to it. In the end, I knew that I would only do it if it was a hell yeah. And if it's not a hell yeah, then it's got to be a no. So after going through it and weighing the pros and cons, I decided to not do it. But that was a really good, valuable lesson I learned this month. And I think the journal was a great tool for me to think through that as well. So if you're considering something like that, I definitely recommend ask yourself, why should I and why shouldn't I? You will become really clear as to what you should and shouldn't do. So anyway, that's March. It's been a great month in February, but I'm looking forward to March and spring and new growth. It's going to be a great month. And that's all for you. I hope you have a great day. Bye.